I never thought I'd be the kind of person who'd tell a story like this. My name is Ethan Walker, and until last year, I believed I had the perfect life, a great job, a cozy little apartment in Portland, and the woman I thought I'd marry someday. Her name was Claire Anderson. She was everything I'd ever dreamed of, kind, ambitious, and the sort of person who could make you laugh even when the world felt like it was falling apart. We met 3 years ago at a coffee shop near the art gallery where she worked. I was writing, pretending to look busy behind my laptop, when she accidentally spilled her latte all over my notes. It should have been a disaster, but it wasn't. She laughed, apologized about 10 times, and insisted on buying me another coffee. That was the beginning. For the next few months, we were inseparable. Dinners that lasted for hours, lazy Sunday mornings, whispered plans about our future. Claire had this way of making everything feel like a movie, like life itself had more color when she was around. But sometimes, even the brightest colors fade without you realizing it. It started small. Claire began staying late at work. She said the gallery was expanding and she was handling more responsibilities. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? She'd always been passionate about her career. But then, the texts became shorter, her calls less frequent. She started wearing perfume I'd never smelled before, dressing up more than usual for late nights at work. I brushed it off. I told myself I was overthinking. After all, trust is the foundation of love, right? But deep down, something inside me felt wrong. That quiet, uncomfortable whisper that says you're missing something. Then came the night everything changed. It was a rainy Friday, the kind of night where the streets shine like mirrors. I'd finished work early and decided to surprise her with takeout from her favorite Thai place. She'd mentioned she'd be working late again, so I thought I'd show up, maybe grab dinner together. I even rehearsed a few cheesy lines in the car, thinking I'd make her laugh. When I arrived at the gallery, the lights were dim. I could see a faint glow from the office upstairs, so I quietly climbed the steps, balancing the food in one hand. But as I reached the top, I froze. Through the glass window of her office, I saw her, and she wasn't alone. Claire was sitting on the edge of her desk, laughing, her hand resting on the shoulder of Ryan, her coworker. He was leaning in closer than I'd ever seen anyone with her, and then, without hesitation, he kissed her. My world went silent. It wasn't anger that hit me first, it was disbelief. That surreal, out-of-body feeling like watching a movie you never agreed to star in. I stood there, frozen, the rain dripping from my jacket, the food going cold in my hands. When she noticed me, her face went pale. Ryan immediately stepped back, guilt written all over him. "Ethan, I can explain," she said, her voice trembling. But what could she possibly explain? I didn't shout. I didn't cause a scene. I just looked at her, really looked at her, and saw someone I didn't recognize anymore. I set the food on the floor, whispered, "You already did," and walked out. For weeks after, I avoided everything that reminded me of her. The coffee shop, the songs we used to sing in the car, even the Thai place. I couldn't sleep. Every night, my mind replayed that moment, over and over, until it became an endless loop of what-ifs and whys. She texted me a few times, tried to call. I ignored them all, until one day she showed up at my door. Her eyes were red, her voice cracked. She said she'd made a mistake, that Ryan was a moment of confusion. She claimed she still loved me, that what we had was real. And maybe part of me wanted to believe her. Love doesn't switch off like a light. But something in me had changed. Trust, once broken, isn't something you can glue back together. I told her that I hoped she'd find happiness, but it couldn't be with me. She cried, hugged me one last time, and left. That was the last I saw of her. Months passed. Slowly, I started to heal. I focused on my writing, took road trips alone, rediscovered who I was without her. And then, one day, life surprised me again. I met Hannah, a photographer, during a weekend trip to Seattle. She was quiet, thoughtful, and when she smiled, it felt genuine, like the world wasn't pretending anymore. I told her my story, not right away, but when it felt right. She didn't judge, she just listened. That's when I realized something important. Sometimes heartbreak isn't the end of your story. It's the part that teaches you what love really means. Not the fairy tale, not the movie version, but the kind that's built on truth, respect, and the courage to be vulnerable again. If you've ever been betrayed, you know the pain I'm talking about. It is not just the loss of a person, it is the loss of the version of yourself who believed you were safe. But if you can push through that, if you can keep your heart open even after it's been shattered, you'll find something stronger on the other side. Looking back now, I'm grateful, not for what happened, but for what it taught me. I learned that love isn't just about passion or chemistry. It's about honesty, patience, and choosing each other every single day. And maybe, just maybe, the heartbreak I wasn't ready for was the very thing that prepared me for the love I truly deserved.